I didn't know very much about the Leeds. I think it was originally called the Leeds Hospital Charitable Foundation, and when I first became aware of it was because Linda Pollard, who had just taken over at that time as chair of the NHS in Leeds, was looking for someone to take the chair of the charity. And at the time, it was on the back of my youngest son, Jacob, who had been poorly. He was diagnosed in 2011 with leukemia. And I think I would definitely describe myself as obviously privileged, and as such, access to private medicine was what I'd always been used to as a means of needing to get better when anything was wrong. What I saw very quickly through Jacob was the wonderful work that the Leeds Children's Hospital and the NHS here in the city do every day, day in and day out, in terms of looking after the whole community. And that's not only those that are privileged, those that are without privilege, those that are regardless of ethnic background, right? In terms of diversity, it's just, just an all-embracing organisation. And I think it's fair to say we fell in love with the NHS. Maybe it wasn't quite so fashionable at that time to be in love with the NHS, but we certainly fell in love with it and felt a huge debt of gratitude, particularly to the haematology and oncology team, but just the whole group of people who travelled our journey with us looking after our son, that there was never anything that was too much to do, there was never anything that was too difficult to do. The way that they looked after us all, so that was not only Jacob, but Dee and I and the rest of the family. The way that they just cared for everybody was just a real eye-opener, and just the most amazing thing that one of the most amazing things that I'd ever experienced in my life. And to see the NHS up close at a time of crisis and the difference that it can make to someone's life is inspiring. And so I was not only inspired by it, but I felt a debt of gratitude, and I felt a need to want to give back to it. And that essentially is the reason why I took the role. And I have to say, we've got a great group of trustees, we've got a great new management team, and that's seen quite a few changes in recent years. Now the team, led by Esther Wakeman, what we've got now is a team who are putting those roots down, and they're strengthening those roots. They're going deep into the organisation of the NHS, they're going deep into the community in which we operate in, and they're becoming much stronger roots and ones that are going to see us through, I hope, a number of challenges that lie ahead. And the last 12 months we've had this challenge of supporting the Leeds NHS Trust through COVID, and that's been a big challenge. It's been an amazing endeavour, which I think that the NHS will be pleased with our work in supporting the what they do, and what's coming along is a number of other major initiatives. All those things are going to be important things where we can bring a bit of extra to the table.
So I joined the board in December last year, and I've been looking for a board role for quite a while, but was really wanting to find one that was based in Leeds and where I felt that my skills and experience could really add value. And my day-to-day work is about delivering and developing new technologies to treat patients, but they take a really long time to get there. So the idea of being able to benefit patients in the short term I thought was really exciting and something I really hoped I could contribute towards. I'm also really passionate about healthcare innovation and developing new treatments, and within the new committee structure I sit on the Research and Innovation Committee and hope that I can bring a real sort of diversity of opinion and different thoughts and ideas to this group. So I've only been here for a couple of months, and I sit on the main board and on 3 subcommittees, and I'd say I typically have a meeting, 2 meetings a month. Each one of those lasts a couple of hours. but you really need to sort of spend the time to really understand the board papers, to get to know all your other trustees and the people within the charity to enable you to really give your best. So I definitely think, you know, it's a 1 to 2 day a month requirement. And the other thing as a new trustee to really kind of bear in mind is you need to kind of learn what the legal duties of you are as a trustee. So this takes a little bit of time, but I have to say the governance and the support that I've been given by the charity to help me understand what these responsibilities are have been really, really valuable. So it's a really great opportunity to mix with different sorts of people, you know, that I don't know and are outside of my usual network. And then I think the other thing is, for me, I sit on a number of company boards, but not charity boards, and the way they work, you know, there's a number of similarities, but some differences as well. So for my own professional development, seeing how the charity board works, seeing how the people interact, seeing how decisions are made is really value adding, and something that I hope I can take learnings away to apply to my kind of day-to-day job. So I think, you know, this is a way to really have an impact in the local area, and impact sort of patients and families and the people that work in the NHS, you know, that work really hard to look after us and look after our friends and family. So I think if it's a way that you can contribute, you know, that's not just giving money, that's doing something direct and very positive for you personally.